The Invictus Games have always been Prince Harry's crown jewel, a rare sanctuary of pure, unadulterated goodwill for a man whose public standing has been in a freefall since his departure from the frontlines of the British Monarchy. Yet, as the countdown to the 2026 celebrations begins, the atmosphere is thick not with the spirit of athletic resilience, but with the familiar, stifling cloud of Meghan Markle's polarizing presence. Speculation is reaching a fever pitch that the Duchess of Sussex may ditch her husband's most significant professional commitment, a move that critics argue is less about scheduling and more about a calculated retreat from a platform where she can no longer control the narrative. For a woman who has built a brand on the pillars of empowerment and support, missing the very event that defines her husband's legacy isn't just a scheduling conflict. It is a PR disaster that reinforces the image of a duchess who only shows up when the spotlight is exclusively hers. Critics have long argued that Meghan Markle's involvement in the Invictus Games has transformed a somber, inspiring event for wounded veterans into a high-fashion runway for her personal brand. In previous years, her attendance has been marked by a series of headline-grabbing wardrobe changes and scripted, relatable moments that often seem to overshadow the competitors themselves. By contemplating a withdrawal now, Meghan is inadvertently validating the critique that her interest in the games was always conditional. When the cameras were flashing and the world was enamored with the Sussex sparkle, she was front and center. Now, as public sentiment shifts and the novelty of their royal in exile status wears off, her potential absence suggests a strategic exit from a project that no longer serves her immediate narcissistic or commercial needs. It paints a picture of a woman who views her husband's charitable endeavors not as a shared duty, but as an optional accessory to be discarded when the optics turn sour. This isn't the first time the Duchess has been accused of ghosting significant events when they become inconvenient or controversial. From her well-documented absence at King Charles III's coronation to her selective appearances at high-profile charity galas, Meghan has cultivated a reputation for being the master of the strategic no-show. In the context of the Invictus Games, her absence is particularly biting. These games were founded on the principle of Invictus, unconquered. For the wife of the founder to ditch the event suggests a lack of stamina for the very resilience the games promote. To the veterans who have lost limbs and weathered psychological trauma, the sight of an empty chair where the Duchess should be sends a chilling message: your struggle is only worth my time when it enhances my image. It is not a good look that borders on the disrespectful, suggesting that the Duchess title is a burden she is happy to carry for profit, but a responsibility she is quick to drop for comfort. For years, the Sussexes have sold the public on the idea of being an inseparable duo, a salt and pepper pair that always moves together. If Meghan chooses to stay behind in Montecito while Harry faces the world in Vancouver or Whistler, the united front narrative officially collapses. Critics have been quick to point out that Meghan's absence would leave Harry exposed, forcing him to answer for her whereabouts instead of focusing on the athletes. This dynamic portrays Meghan as the ultimate, controversial, partner, one who creates a vacuum of drama even when she isn't physically present. By staying away, she forces the media to speculate on the state of their marriage, their security demands, and her ever-shifting priorities. She becomes the story by not being there, effectively hijacking the news cycle from the veterans yet again. It is a masterful, if cynical, way to remain the center of attention while avoiding the actual work of being a supportive spouse. Perhaps the most damning critique of Meghan's potential ditching of the games is the timing. As she prepares to launch her latest commercial venture, American Riviera Orchard, the Duchess seems more focused on lifestyle branding and luxury jams than on the grit and grime of veteran rehabilitation. Portraying her as the controversial figure in this saga is easy because her actions consistently prioritize the Meghan brand over the Sussex mission. If she skips Invictus to film a Netflix cooking show or finalize a business deal, it confirms the worst suspicions of her detractors, that she is a Hollywood opportunist who used the British royal family as a launchpad for a lifestyle empire, and has now outgrown the tiresome duties of service. The optics of choosing a lifestyle blog over a veteran stadium are catastrophic, casting her as the ultimate. Me first, Duchess. If Meghan Markle ultimately decides to skip the upcoming Invictus events, she won't just be missing a flight. She will be cementing her legacy as a figure of controversy and inconsistency. The "not a good look" headline is an understatement. It is a signal of a brand in retreat and a wife who chooses her battles based on their PR ROI, return on investment. In the world of international charity, consistency is the only currency that matters, and Meghan's account appears to be running dangerously low.